I feel great. My doctor said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Her blood work had normalized. She felt a sense of well-being is what she said. And she had gone years ago, we would go to meetings at medical meetings in hospitals where she had been invited to a medical meeting where I think maybe Dr. Boyd was presenting at a medical hospital in Little Rock. So she came from that and said, I'll try anything. And I just want to show you why. I'm just going to show you why, if I can find it real quick, why we do this today. This is my mother, and she is 90 years old. And I bet you can't see that, can you? Because I haven't shared my screen.
Yeah, share your screen.
Okay. Share screen.
Oh, you know what? Do I need to give you permission
Share.
to do that? Okay.
Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Okay. There's my beautiful 90-year-old mother. And she's been taking these products for 17 and a half years. So this is a beautiful testimony of cell-to-cell communication. And we're going to look at that tonight. Okay, so Wendy, tell me where the audio is, because everything that I'm seeing is at the top.
Okay, so close out of that picture and then you'll have to go back and share screen again. So
Oh,
right.
okay.
Now share screen. Yeah, you'll have to close your sharing.
Stop share. Okay. So let's just
share. Yeah. And then okay.
I'll just keep going, and then when I'm ready to pull up the video, I'll do that real quick.
Okay.
So after that, I started going to meetings, and the thing that made the most sense to me and why we chose Mannatech is because of Ambrotose and their philosophy. And their philosophy continues: if you create healthy cells, you create healthy tissues, you create healthy bodies, you create healthy organs. So their philosophy is, let's feed the cell everything it needs in order to function properly and to have proper structure. And by doing that, you create a healthy body. So instead of what a lot of people think about maybe going to a natural doctor, where you go in and give symptoms and that type of thing, and then you're recommended a certain amount of nutritional supplements or herbs to help kind of treat that symptom you're having. Well, this is totally different. This is where you turn on the body's ability to recognize what's wrong or what needs to be fixed, or what needs what nutrient, or what needs to be communicated. So it's turning on the body to function more normally than, say, going to a doctor and saying, hey, I've got this symptom, what do I take for this? So when I heard that, I thought, wow, that is incredible. That makes incredible sense to me. And ever since that, and being trained in that, we have taken the optimal health system, with Ambrotose being the foundation. So Ambrotose is the foundation for every function in your body. And so I think right now, I want to play a video for you that I found on YouTube. So let's look at that. And you can play this too. So I'm going to screen share. So I need to find what I want to screen first, right?
Yeah, but before you click on what you want to share, look at the in that box that you're looking at on the bottom left. There should be two little buttons to
share sound. Got it.
Yeah, share sound. There you go.
Now,
and you might have to share the one that you're talking on, if that is going to be that's going to be your computer desktop screen, and then you can.
So, okay, so I'm going to share the sound, and then I'm going to share. So can y'all see the screen?
We're seeing your screen, yes.
Okay, so here we go. First, I want to this is YouTube, okay? So can you see to the right of all these different videos along the right side of my
Yes.
YouTube? Okay. You can search glycoscience, as you see that I've put up here in the top. And there are some incredible videos to watch just about glycobiology and glycoscience. So I found this and I'm going to play it for you now. And you can share this as well. And let me know if you can hear it.
Yep, we can hear.
At
Here we go.
any given moment, trillions of cells are working and collaborating to keep your body healthy and functioning. Each cell in itself is like a tiny world, traditionally pictured as a smooth globe.
Okay, and I'm also going to add. Okay.
Of all shapes and sizes, concealing countless unsolved mysteries. Instead of trees, this forest is made up of complex sugars, or glycans, as they are scientifically known. Simple sugars, such as glucose, are known to all of us as an important source of energy. But did you know how essential glycans are in making our cells work?
After 3 billion years of evolution, not a single life form has emerged that doesn't cover itself with a dense coat of glycans. With their branched structures, glycans are far more complex than proteins or DNA. Glycans are involved in nearly every biological process that takes place in our bodies, playing a central role in the communication between cells and the outside world. They are also involved in every major disease that afflicts mankind. The flu virus, for instance, infects us by taking advantage of specific glycans that cover the cells of our lungs. And in cases where healthy cells become cancerous, this is often accompanied by alterations in the glycan coat. These changes help cancer cells spread to other parts of the body by making them invisible to our immune system.
It's clear that glycans play key roles when it comes to health and disease, but we know little about how they actually perform their functions. Glycans are to biology what dark matter is to the universe, omnipresent and vital to fully understanding it, yet shrouded in mystery. The field of study that aims to uncover this secret world of glycans is called glycoscience.
Right now, glycoscientists at Utrecht University are working together to combine cutting-edge analytical, structural, and cell biology techniques. They use these techniques to understand the complex architecture of glycans and how these dense glycan forests that cover our cells are linked to biological processes. Also, by making well-defined glycans in the laboratory, they are unraveling the details of their interaction with proteins at the molecular level.
These multidisciplinary team efforts are key to understanding the precise roles glycans play in diseases such as cancer, infections, and immune disorders. Although we are currently only beginning to illuminate the secret world of glycans, glycoscience has the potential to deliver the therapeutics and vaccines of the future.
Okay, the thing I love about that video is that it shows it as trees, and that's one of my most favorite ways of explaining it. These glycans now, and also, by the way, I wanted to give a disclaimer. I don't believe in evolution. And it says 3 billion years of evolution. So I always, when I share that video, I always let people know I do not believe in evolution. But the pictures that they show in this are so phenomenal with regard to what the top of a cell looks like. And it also explains, there's a very important statement in that video. Did you pick it out? Anybody pick it out? And this is from the Utrecht University, but it's also from the National Academy of Sciences. That statement is, these glycans play a role in almost every biological function and in every major disease.
Mhm.
Now, that is astounding to me. So why do we talk about glycans and sugars and glycoproteins and glycolipids? And how do we talk about Mannatech in the same sentence? The way I explain it is that glycosciences were discovered probably 30 years ago, primarily at Oxford, came over to the United States in the 1980s, late 80s and early 1990s on through the 2000s. And it's still being a very highly studied science. And how did Mannatech get involved with that? Well, our science officer at that time, Dr. McAnally, was studying aloe vera, and he discovered that there is a sugar in aloe vera, a glycan called mannose, and how to keep that alive so that it would be alive in a tube or a jar. And that was a big deal. And when he did that, he issued patents all over the world to protect that discovery. And then he said he read glycoproteins out of Harper's Biochemistry in 1996, a textbook, a physician's textbook. And he said, oh, well, we've got one sugar, and lo and behold, there are 7 others. So I believe that we can go out in the plant kingdom and find the other 7 and stabilize them and create a glyconutrient blend. And the rest is history. That's what Mannatech did. So that's how Mannatech got involved in glycosciences. And then they proceeded to do research, millions and millions of dollars of research with this. So the thing I want you to understand about Ambrotose is that it's the natural blend that's live and stabilized glycans, actually 10 glycans, not 8. There's the discovery of 8, according to glycoscience, but 3 of those do not make it through digestion. So Mannatech added the gum sugars that help the N-acetyl sugars go through digestion and create the N-acetyl sugars in the upper intestines. That's a little technical, but then of course, patents were issued on Ambrotose. So please understand that Ambrotose is the nutritional blend of the 8 sugars that were discovered in glycosciences. There's another picture now that I want to share with you that I like to share. And let me see where I have this. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that. If I figure out how I have to find that, I don't want to keep y'all waiting. Oh, here it is. Oh, nope, that's my mother. Okay. I opened everything so I would be ready, and not that. Okay, well, do you have that Dr. Nugent picture I sent you, Wendy?
Oh, did you send it to me in an email? I have been messing with my computer and haven't been able to see a lot of stuff today.
Okay. Well, let's just keep.
You know what? Here, yes, I do.
Can you show them that? Because I think I closed myself out of it.
See if I can do this.
I think, no, I found it.
Did you find it? Okay.
I found it.
Good, because mine's not moving very quickly.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, my computer wants to do what it wants to do.
I will send the pictures out to them afterwards if we need to. But
okay. Let me get back on Zoom and share screen. And here we go. Can you see that?
You can see it.
Okay, so there's a picture of the glycoproteins and glycolipids, and you can see that all the little blue bubbles are sugars. They all look different. They all, those little blue bubbles are created below the surface of the cell. You see the cell there, and they come up through the top of the cell and attach to those green little proteins, and the lighter color is a lipid. So they're called glycoproteins and glycolipids. And that still is not the picture that I wanted to show you, but I think I know where to find it. Let's see, I need to go to, let me pull it up here. And I'm going to browse. I apologize. I had all this ready. Okay. Well, I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want to keep you. Okay, so I think I want to have you do your hands like this, like you're going to shake hands. And I want you to pretend that this elbow and this elbow are cells, and they're latching onto each other. And now you're talking and you're sharing information. And everything that's shared in your body, every function, everything that's shared is shared through these glycans that are shaking hands. And so that's kind of how I explain it to someone, or I will shake their hand. And another thing that I will do that Dr. Rollins taught me to do is that when you shake someone's hand and you don't have accurate all the eight sugars, then I do my hand kind of like that. And then I shake the person's hand and I say, okay, what does that feel like? And they just kind of go, oh, that doesn't feel right. And that's correct, because there's a sugar missing. And so what does the person want to do? What does the cell want to do if it doesn't fit right? What do you think it wants to do? It wants to possibly kill it. So it doesn't recognize it. So it says, you're a foreign invader, I'm going to kill you. Well, it may very well be a foreign invader, because the cancer cells, bacteria, viruses, all types of cells communicate through these sugars. They all have their own sugar receptors. So when it goes to latch onto your cell, but it feels different, then your cell doesn't recognize it, and it knows it as a foreign invader, so it's going to kill it. Okay, that's good. But what if you are missing one of these sugars and you go to latch on, and it's your cell, and you're saying, oh, does this feel right? No, it doesn't. So it goes to kill it, but it says, no, I'm part of the body, don't kill me. So everything takes place through this juncture, this shaking hands. And that's the vital, it's the most vital function of the body. It's the communication system of the body, and everything takes place through it. So it's foundation to everything that you take by mouth as well. So it's how the body knows how to use vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and everything that needs to be taken in as nourishment or protection, all takes place through that communication. So that's why we see improvements in the body when people start taking it. So what I like to say to people is, I don't know what's going to happen in your body first. You don't know what's going to happen, but your body does. So if you'll commit to taking it every day, twice a day, and give it time, at least 4 to 6 months, you will start noticing that month 1 is different from month 4, and month 4 is different from month 8. And as your body is designed to know what to do with these nutrients and what to do to restore the body and what to do to repair, and correct and nourish and do all the things that it does and cleanse, then the body over time begins to function more normally. And that's what we see. And it's really incredible. I've never seen anything like it in all my years of being in the medical industry, what I have seen with glyconutrients. It's like turning on the body's ability to say, hey, this is wrong. This is how you fix it. It's like turning on a floodlight in the body, and all of a sudden the cells say, oh, okay, now I see. Okay, you go over there and do that and quit attacking that cell over there. And that cell's bad. It needs to die. And that cell needs more. It's like little hard hat men. And that's the way I like to explain it. It's like, do you want your body to function as optimally and normally as possible? And the answer to that is yes, we do, at 24/7. Now, these glycans, these glycoproteins and glycolipids, they die every 3 days. And so that's why Dr. Nugent says we have to keep taking them. You want to be constantly putting those sugars together with the proteins. That's called glycosylation, Wendy, where the little sugar bubbles attach to the proteins. And that creates new glycoforms every day. And so you have to do that every day in order to continue glycosylating optimally every day, putting those proteins and sugars together. And when do we quit doing that? When we die. That's when we quit glycosylating. So why do you need to take it every day? Because I want optimal health. I want my body to function normally as my weapon. I've weaponized my body with intelligence so that it knows what to do when something foreign comes in, or when something needs to be recognized and corrected, something needs to be cleansed. It's all about the normal function of every cell in the body. So that's the importance of it. It's so incredibly important. I know we're getting late on time, so I want to just share some facts about Mannatech, and then end with a little testimony that I have. But the reason that I stay with Mannatech and why I chose Mannatech is because of their philosophy. Healthy cells equal healthy bodies. It's a science-based research and development company, and they provide us with safe and efficacious nutrients that work for your body or your money back. I love their 6-month money back guarantee, and they have a safety monitoring department. And if you're having any issues with the products, then you call them and let them know. They will refund your product to you or give you something new, but they need to know if you're having any kind of reaction that is not what you want. So that's very important. And it takes a lot of effort and money to keep up with the safety monitoring department. They have quality assurance department. That's very, very important. They've spent millions in research, and they're in peer-reviewed journals. And I don't know if you ever use Mannatech Science, but I highly recommend you go to mannatechscience.org and look up the products there, look up the publications. Just in 2020, the University of Memphis issued a double-blind placebo-controlled study on the immune function of the body and a sense of well-being and cell adversity, proving that, and that was new to Mannatech, that it protects against cell adversity. All that can be found on Mannatech Science. Mannatech proved through research that when you take Ambrotose, you actually glycosylate without any adverse reaction. That's huge. That is in the publications on Mannatech Science. That changed everything. Let's see what else I say. We've talked about that. You have to be willing to take the nutrients at least 6 months to commit to your body, commit to any changes that'll take place. And you will notice improvements, I believe, always in the first month, maybe by 3rd to 4th week. You might notice better energy, better clarity of thinking, feeling better, a sense of well-being, that type of thing. But as you continue proper glycosylation, things change and you get better. So isn't it exciting to think, I don't know what your body's going to do. You don't know what your body's going to do, but there is no downside to this. There's no harm. You will benefit because it's nourishment and it's cellular communication. So stick with the program, give it time, and there is a 6-month money back. There's no risk. And then I always talk to them about the loyalty points and keeping those points going and help them and guide them in that, because that is a way that Mannatech pays them back for being loyal to these products. And it's a wonderful program. So please take advantage of that. The testimony I want to finish with tonight is a little girl by the name of Abby. And she was 10 years old when she was, when her mom put her on Ambrotose and the Optimal Health System. We used all the products in the system. And I did get permission to share this testimony. She was under medical care for thyroid issues, and they affected every aspect of her life. She was under treatment with medicine to suppress the thyroid, then radiate the thyroid until it died. And then she would have to be on medication for thyroid function the rest of her life. She was also looking at having to take beta blockers because her heart would race. And they went to the ER so many times because of this racing heart. So she was a 10-year-old girl that was a very healthy girl, but before these thyroid problems started. And when the problems started, they noticed problems with temperature fluctuations. She would always be cold, and then she would have fevers several times in the month. She had daily fatigue and have to take naps every day at 10 years of age. She was always hungry, but never gaining weight. She was not able to stand or attend church because she would pass out. Like I said, her heart would race up to 150 to 160 beats per minute. It was very, very frightening. She would have rashes and was constantly sweating. So the mother was told about Ambrotose and the optimal support system. So she put her daughter on the whole bundle, the omega-3 fatty acids. We used GI Pro and GI Zyme. And the reason we used all these products were just not to treat the thyroid. This has nothing to do with treatment, but everything to do with giving her every tool that the human cell requires for normal function. So let's make that cell have everything it needs, like a car needs every part so that the car will run efficiently. If you leave out brake fluid and oil, what happens? So which one are you going to leave out? So we want to optimize the cell with all the parts, and that's what we did. And I'm excited to report that the mother said that Abby did not have to start the beta blockers. So her heart beats began to be more normal. It was not racing, only on occasion, but not too high. So it essentially stopped racing. These were the things they noticed after starting the products. She was able to stand without passing out and able to go to church, and even performed in her Christmas program at church. She goes many days in a row without napping, and her energy is more normal for a 10-year-old. She was able to travel to Kansas City at Christmas for a whole week without getting sick. She was putting on weight for the first time in 2 years. No more rashes or pouring sweat. Her mood is leveling out and she's not as anxious. There's much less crying. She looks better, and people are stating that she doesn't look sick anymore. So regarding her thyroid blood work, her T4 normalized for the first time, and her TSH was detectable, as before it was undetectable. And she was able to wean, only having to have minimal medical doses. So the mother was very, very grateful that someone shared Mannatech with her. And again, please know that we're not treating anything with these products. We're just doing the philosophy of giving the body what it needs. And through cell-to-cell communication, the body knew, the body's designed, the cell's designed to know what it needs to do, and it gets what it needs, and it begins doing it. And all you have to do is open the packet and swallow, and put your teaspoon in the tub of Ambrotose and swallow it. And that's it. And everything else happens the way God intended it. So I'm sorry about the roughness to get started. I had a lot more I wanted to show you, and I'm kind of embarrassed that I can't find that picture on my computer. But anyway, that's pretty much it. And I'd be glad to take any questions. If
Carrie, that was excellent. And what a great example. Just the way that you just kept that so simple and for us to understand it. That was very good. One other thing, and I apologize for this with my computer, is you wanted to show the human blood picture.
Yes.
I will email that to everyone, but do you want to explain what they're going to see in that?
Oh boy, I wish I could find that.
You want me to tell you what's on it? I can see it here. I just can't put it up on
You
the
can't
screen
share
because
it?
I can't share it. My computer is not letting me show anything.
Okay.
I don't think this will work. Let me see if this works. If I click on it, it says it's got an exclamation point like it's not going to do it, but let me see if it will anyway.
I'm looking for it too, because I just uploaded it. And I called it Cells Talking.
Yeah. Well, we can just explain it. It's the human blood groups. And I think what you wanted to show is that there's just a different glycan on each blood group at the end of the cells. Is that what that is?
Yes,
about?
and let me go get it. I've got it right here. Let me just get it.
Okay. Isn't it good? I like that how she showed the shaking hands with the cell and the cell, how it fits together. And if it wasn't comfortable together, it would try to repel the cell, the other cell. That was really good illustration on how the cell communicates.
Okay. And I can send this to, do y'all remember seeing this?
There you go. We've seen the picture at the top before, but not the blood groups.
Okay. So I'll just show you at the, okay. This is type O, type A, and type B blood group. And if you'll notice, let me see if I can get it in. Okay. If you'll notice at the end of A and B over here on this side, A and B right here, there's an extra tag. So if I cover that, they all look the same. But on A and B, you've got an extra tag on the end of galactose and N-acetylglucosamine. And that's why A can't go into B and B can't go into A. But O does not have that extra tag. That's at the top. So O is universal. So the only difference in the blood groups are the sugars. And that is amazing. So what I like to do with this is show how vitally important these sugars are to our blood and our health and our function. But I love using this picture because what I show them is that this is two cells talking. And they're latched on with those glycoforms and they're talking. So it's all about communication. And I say that I've been in communication all my career as a speech pathologist, and the importance of accurate, optimal ability to share a message. And that can be through pictures, through talking, whatever. We want to share a message and make sure people understand it. Well, now I'm in cell-to-cell communication. That is my career now. And that's, let's say this is the black cell is a bad cell. Your cell has to latch on to the sugar receptors of that bad cell and recognize that it's bad and do whatever it needs to do with it. So that's how I love using this picture. And I even laminate this paper, and Wendy will send this out to you, and you can laminate it and have the blood groups there at the bottom and then have the picture at the top. So I hope you saw that okay.
That's excellent. Yes, very good. And I love how you teach, Carrie, because you have visuals. It helps us to learn. So that was excellent. Does anyone have any questions for Carrie real quick before we wrap things up? You could unmute and ask a question, just clicking on your little microphone button, or else put it in the chat.
I'm sure a lot of the folks have been learning for years about this, and Dr. Nugent's product focuses are excellent on Ambrotose.
Yes.
And that was another thing I was going to show you. Have y'all seen the Ambrotose? Are y'all following the good science, good sense newsletters?
Those are excellent newsletters. Yes. And if they don't get them in an email, they can go online and get it in the Mannatech back office. But
yes, they're awesome.
Yeah.
I was going to try to find the one that let me see if I can get it real quick. Do y'all know what we're talking about?
The newsletter that Mannatech sends out every month about different products, they are excellent and really good to use for sharing with people as well as for customers.
It's so educational and the visuals are wonderful. And there is one on Ambrotose that I want to share with you. And let's get that pulled up and then I'll.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Linda.
Okay, what was the name of that again? Because I do get them, but what was it called, Carrie?
Good science.
Okay.
Good science, good sense.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get you back on here.
Randy, did you have a question or was that your hand up from before? Okay.
Okay, let me see if I can share this. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to share. Can you see that?
Yes, we can see that.
All right, so this is good science, good sense. And this comes to your email. And you can go down. Now, this is at allaboutmannatech.com, okay? And there's an archive of them. There's Mannapole and Youth and Immunostart and Bounce Back and Imprazone and Ambrotose. Let me see.
You know,
Ambrotose
something about those, Carrie, if you've got, like, I know that next week there's going to be a special with Mannapole. So if you would want to send out that newsletter to some of your customers or, you know, people who even maybe they had been on it a long time ago and they got off, these would be some great newsletters to send out even this week to prepare them for the specials coming next week.
Good idea.
So here's
That's a
all
good
about
idea.
Mannapole. See all this about Mannapole? Talks about Ace Mannin and what's in aloe. And there they are at Costa Rica. On the right, it tells you what a Dalton is. Dr. Nugent is training us about the weight of the Ace Mannin is measured in Daltons, and ours has 1 to 2 million Daltons by weight. And that's the highest and most potent on the market in the world. We have our hands exclusively to Mannatech. We are in exclusive contract with Costa Rica for the process of this Ace Mannin from the purest aloe field on the planet that can claim a no, what is it? No toxins, no footprint. What's the name of it? A clean footprint, whatever they call it. Anyway, so that no airplane is allowed to fly over this field of aloe. It's surrounded by a dense forest of clean trees and water. And so no carbon footprint is the name of it. So we have access to this aloe field where we get Mannapole. And if you want proper immune system function. It's king of immune system function, Ace Mannan, that comes from this aloe. So this is an awesome, good science, good sense newsletter to send. And I'm going to start sending one to my organization once a month, and then also send a product focus and just start educating my people with these newsletters. Mannatech is doing an awesome job.
Carrie, tell them again how they get to that page that you're on.
Okay, so you go to allaboutmannatech.com. Really, the way I found it tonight, to be honest, to get to it quickly, was I signed into Mannatech and in the news, and they always post it in the news. So all these, so I'm in the news, and there it is, good science, good sense, and I clicked on it. Or you can go to allaboutmannatech.com and find it there. Okay.
Clicking on
So-
it in your Mannatech back office will take you into
Yes.
All About Mannatech.
Correct.
Yes. And then you could click on any of those and send them out.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so here is the one on Ambrotose Life. Right here. I love the pictures they use in it. I love the explanation. Your cells talking. Get your cells and selves talking. Your cells are, it's a great educational tool. I
That's
mean,
great.
everything is here. And it's compliant. And I just love it. And look here, here's our famous picture we love to use from the journal Carbohydrate Science. And there's cells. What do they say? And this is what they say. And you've got an immune system cell communicating with another cell with that picture, and all the little hairy things on the outside are the glycoproteins. And it's got the science background in it.
That's great.
And it's just awesome. And it looks like you can even click to, I don't know if you can click on that in order, but here they are. 1, 2, 3,
All the
4,
glycans.
5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. Okay, so there's 9. And the rhamnose and the galacturonic acid are the extras, and the arabinose, those are the extra sugars that are added to help the 3 N-acetyl sugars, N-acetyl neurominic acid, N-acetylglucosamine, N-acetylgalactosamine, do not make it through digestion. And so our chief science officer knew that and added these gum sugars into Ambrotose so that the N-acetyls could be created in the upper intestines. And
great.
it's just awesome. So they even add that in there, and it's just amazing what's in this. I love this article.
Well, Carrie, thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing
Yeah.
this, because this is really gives us some
Right.
practical things. I had kind of forgotten how good those newsletters were. So
Right.
thank you for reminding us of that.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, this is Linda. From that site, how do you share it for those that are new on here? A simple
Well, can
way.
you see what I'm going to do? Can you see me?
Yeah, we
I'm
can
going to
see
go
it.
up. I'm going up to the top of the browser, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to hit copy.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
then I'm going to go open an email, a new email here. And I'm going to go to the body of that email. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to paste.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's-
put under there, I'm going to type in Ambrotose Life.
Great. Yeah, that's, yeah, we're not seeing you go to the email, but I think they
Oh.
they understand that you copy that link up there and that will take them straight to that. That's excellent.
Yes. Okay.
Excellent.
And you can just say something like, hey, this month's Good Sense, Good Science, Good Sense newsletter is about Ambrotose Life. It's about the eye support, and give a little testimony.
Mhm.
And then I might even create a link, a custom link from my web account. and put the custom link in there so they can just click on it and check out. If they don't, or I'll tell them how to find their own account number or to call me if they need their account number, and tell them how to, I'm just opening myself up to excellent customer service so that I can help them get whatever they need out of the Mannatech's website and get them successful as quickly as possible to order that product.
That's great.
And so it's just about, education is everything.
Yeah.
The GoPro book reminds us that what we do is educate and train. And when people are informed and educated and trained, and I do that every time I call them, whether they ask for it or not, I'm constantly educating.
That's great.
And so anyway.
Carrie, you want to stop sharing your screen?
Sure.
And then, great. Well, this has been wonderful tonight. Have you all gotten a lot of information tonight? This has been so good. Yes.
Yes.
Give Carrie
Thank
a
you.
hand.
Yay.
We appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
Carrie.
Thank you.
You're such a great teacher. So this has been really good.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I want to ask a question before we wrap up here tonight, because Carrie showed several things as well. Would it be last Saturday we did a hands-on training on some of the apps and some of that? Is anybody wanting more training on how to use your personal website, how to make a shopping cart, how to send those things to people? Is that something that anyone wants this weekend, or is it too close to Thanksgiving? How are you feeling about that? You know what? Oh, and hi, Judy, you got on too. Awesome.
Yeah, I can't.
Uh-oh.
Maybe unhook the cell phone.
Yeah. Oh, there. I was watching on my iPad.
You've got two different things going there, Judy. That's why I think.
Yeah, turn off your, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Like hang up your phone and just use your iPad. Now she's muted herself.
Which one are you on? Which one's she on, an iPad or the phone?
It's on her phone.
But
On
your
phone?
Phone.
I can unmute one.
Yeah.
Okay. There,
Okay.
you unmuted now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
And I'm not feeding back? A little bit. Anyway, that was really interesting. And
Good.
looking at the cells and thinking about these crazy spike proteins that don't belong there,
Yeah.
which is a whole different thing.
Mhm.
That's why I double and tripled up. We take 3 to 4 scoops or more. And if I start to feel puny, I always take more. If
Well,
I'm
I
feeling-
have done it since 2000. And I had a brain tumor,
Wow.
and then one year I stopped and it started growing